Something went a bit mad there. The gremlins are in already. That's a good start, isn't it? Hello, everyone. Welcome to Reignite. It's lovely to have you stop by. Now, we've got a real treat for you today. The person that we have on is a returning guest. He's so good, we had to have him on again. So I'll give you a little quote from the Damned's current keyboard player, Monty, who said it was his playing that inspired me to want to join the band. So who could it possibly be? Is it a dream? He's back. It's Roman.
Good afternoon, everyone.
There he is. Hey.
Can you hear me loud and clear this time?
We could hear you loud and clear. And if anybody did not see the last time Roman was on, which was amazingly 3 years ago, the audio was so chronic. Was it not?
It was my end.
Hey, never, whatever. But it is still available. And what I've discovered is once you've aired a show, you can click on the more button and put show transcript, and then it will give you the full script. So if anybody wants to go back and watch it, you can actually read the script as it goes along.
Blimey.
I know. Although, tell me something. The album that you were working on, covers album, what was it called again?
Pinups.
Pinups. Do you know what it comes up as? It comes up as penis in the transcript, but you know, other than that, it's fairly accurate. Well, anyway, thank you for coming back.
You're welcome.
It's been 3 years, Roman. We've got to find out what on earth has been going on with you for the last 3 years.
I thought it was about a year and a half.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Time just goes. It's slipping away. It's slipping away, isn't it? What have I been? Well, I decided to not release Pinups first of all, because I was told by so many people saying, "Why are you doing the other people's songs? Surely it's been because Papa Logo came out 20 years ago, believe it or not." And
20 years ago.
20 years ago, 2004. So people said, "You shouldn't be doing that. You should." And I kind of thought, well, yeah, you know, I see that. So it'll be original stuff first. And probably a Sphinx Fencing album the second, and then Pinups third.
I'm sorry, a Sphinx Fencing album?
Well, yeah. I mean, Sphinx, you know, his interest in Egyptology, the psychedelic Sphinx, you know, yeah, good work. Could be good.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. So you're saying Pinups, you're going to release after Solo, then Sphinx, then Pinups.
That's right.
Okay. And when does this mega load of musical joy start to appear?
Well, it's a slow process because takes me nicely onto what we were chatting about down in the Soho Vampyres. Involved in a couple of other things. First of all, there's a charity, not a charity thing. It's local people have got involved, and it's in memory of a very good friend of mine, whose name was Lee Andrews. Now, Lee was, number one, a massive music fan. He loved the Damned. He probably loved the Phantom Chords even more. In so much that he had tattoos of the logo on both forearms and whatever. And sadly, he passed away a couple of years ago now from the dread cancer. So we've got together. There's a few people involved. If you go to the website, which will become, it's active now, but there's a countdown on it. It's www.straytracks, as in stray, like stray cats, tracks, TRACKS.co.uk. And basically, it's like a band competition. Anyone can enter. there's prizes for every single person who gets through to the final. I am one of the judges, along with a guy from Phoenix FM Radio, Paul, Russell Lee, who runs the Pink Toothbrush, where the final will be held now. Because originally we were going to use the 100 Club. But the thing is, when Russell Lee got involved, it made sense to have it at the Toothbrush. And the Toothbrush actually has got a checkered past as far as music is concerned. I mean, Radiohead played there in the early days. Sultans of Ping, the Damned played there when it was called Crocs. Very early in the 80s. So the final will be held there. So basically, if they go to the website, all you do is you upload an audio file, right? Everyone can do that. You can do it on your phone, right? We'll judge it. Entries have to be in by the 31st of December. And we're looking to have the final the first week in March at the Toothbrush. First prize is they have a record release with a name producer. I don't know who that is yet. Might be me. No name producer. There are prizes of equipment to help bands keep on the road, whatever. Basically, it's all done in memory of Lee Andrews. Like I said, anybody interested, go to the site. That's it, www.straytrack.
Has he got it right? I'm just going to say he's done it for us, but has he got it right?
Let Bully check the spelling. www.straytrack. Yeah.
Well done, Mr. Producer.
Didn't you love Bullseye?
I adored Bullseye. It was the best.
You're in a speedboat and you live in Birmingham.
I know. The worst prizes ever.
And then also with that, just going back to saying how long everything's going to take. Paul from Phoenix FM has recently acquired a DAB license for a station that'll cover a lot of the southeastern part of East London, with a catchment of over 1 million possible listeners.
Oh.
And he's asked me to do a radio show for him, which will start on Phoenix FM before it goes to starts off in April, I think, of next year, this other station. And if it all goes well, he's going to, I think, sort of experiment to see how it goes, if I'm any good at it or whatever. But so there's that as well. And obviously, you can do things at home now. I can record it at home and I can edit it. And it's an FM station, so I can't play any profanities or swear on anything. So it's a proper one. Which brings me to why I've got a secret for Ash. Right? Can you get him up?
Should I get him?
All right.
I'll shut up. We'll fetch him. Hold on.
Hello. Hello, Roman.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm very well. Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
Do you realise that we have appeared together on a record?
What?
Have you ever heard of this?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we were on that.
Track 1, Victimize. Our tracks.
Oh, yeah.
Stereotypes.
No way.
Let's do it again. Anytime. You're welcome anytime.
Yeah, but listen, right. Bored teenagers. It should be changed now to bored old farts.
Bored but still alive.
Do you think so?
Oh dear! Thanks for pointing that out. That is amazing. Right, I'm going to be listening to that after the show.
Stablemates.
That's it. Definitely. Right, I better bugger off or Kath will kill me. Thanks, Roman. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate it.
Bloody hell. Bloody
Yeah.
hell. Well, you've shut me up. You've actually stunned me into silence there. Who knew?
Well, you
Good
know,
Lord.
I got this. The guy who put it all together, his name was, I think it's Dizzy Holmes. And
Yeah, Dizzy. Yeah.
when he launched this particular volume of his collection of punk originals, whatever, there was a guest band there. And that guest band was the Shamones, whose bass player was Bryn. So I turned up, and I hadn't seen Bryn for 20 years. And it was great to see him. And yeah, we spent about 2.5 hours outside just chatting and catching up. And unfortunately, that was the last time I saw him.
Oh, wow.
So thank you, Dizzy.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
kind of funny little world, isn't it? You know,
Isn't it? Isn't it funny? I've just seen Torpedoes pop up on there. Hello, Torpedoes. Nice to see you.
great band, great band.
They are a great band, aren't they? We saw them. They did there was a gig last week down in Winchester, which is a bugger of a long way to drive to from Lincolnshire, believe me. But they did a double header, Torpedoes and Stereotypes, and they're going to have another one coming up in Harrow at the Trinity Bar on October the 25th. They're teaming up, these two.
Are you telling me that Stereotypes are still together after a gig?
It's amazing, isn't it? A whole gig. And they haven't split up yet.
That's not off a few quid off this thing.
Oh dear. Now listen, you've taken me down an early path here, because there's things that I have a great script. Basically, it's bits of paper stuck all over the place here, and I was following an order, but you know how it is. You mentioned the name Bryn, and not only did I ask you, but another one of our viewers, Kath Weeks, has asked, do you have any more good Bryn stories for us? Because the last time you were on, you gave us an excellent story about some semi-permanent lipstick that he drew all over his face, and diving into a swimming pool fully clothed to find some hotel keys rather than going to reception and getting a new one. So do you have any other little nuggets from life on the road with Bryn for us?
I think you could write a book on Bryn, to be honest. I remember once, and I still to this day don't know if he was serious or not. But we were going to do some demos down in Cardiff for the Damned, actually. And we went to the studio, and I knew the guy. There used to be a band years and years ago called Sassafras, and the guitarist opened up the studio. And for a couple of years, they only worked on I think a 8-track, and he bought a 24-track machine, and asked me to go down and have a look. Would he be interested in recording? So both me and Bryn went down. So we're looking around the studio, all really impressed, and and of course, then guy showed me this, full of pride, showed me this 24-track machine. And you're saying, and it's X, so and so people use this, and this was recorded on it, and I said, God, and his name was Di Shaw. I said, so away from the inch tape, and now you're going to use 2-inch tape, because the multi-track tapes are, 2 inches wide. Mm-hmm. And Bryn tapped me on the shoulder. He said, 2-inch. He said, that's a bit short, isn't it? So I don't know if he was serious or not, but we both kind of looked at him and.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah, no, there's lots.
A huge loss. I remembered one actually, and I'm still trying to remember where it was. I don't even know if you'll remember it. I've got a funny feeling it was in Lampeter in Wales. I just remember it was a very small venue, and to get up onto the stage to do the sound check, there was a big plank of wood that led up from the bottom up to the stage, and you just had to walk up it. Now, most of you were just sort of walking up and getting on, and Bryn was going up it on his hands and knees and bouncing all the way up this plank of wood to the top. And then the plank of wood tipped sideways and he fell off and broke his leg and had to go off to the hospital. But he was the original Dave Grohl, because he came back on stage that night having his leg set. Now, I don't even know if you remember that, but I do.
You could say Brin's a walking disaster, but I think he was a walking bundle of fun.
He was a walking joy.
Yeah, you know, he was. Yeah, I never saw him really downbeat. He was always kind of, you know, always look on the bright side of that kind of guy. You know, yeah. No matter what scrapes he got into, he'd always come up with that grin. You know, yeah, miss him.
I know. Well, we said it before. You couldn't be around Bryn and not have a smile on your face, could you? You just couldn't.
No.
And hello to Ella, his gorgeous daughter, who I know she couldn't watch live, but she'll be tuning in later. Hello, Ella.
Hello, Ella.
Oh, I know something I was going to ask you. How's little Jack, your gorgeous doggy?
He's all right. He's all right. He's you know, he's getting older. He's has his ups and downs and a few more teeth out and stuff like that.
Sounds like me.
He's asleep in the other room at the moment on the settee, so I didn't disturb him.
Bless him.
Oh,
bless him. Sweetheart. So, other things that you've been up to since you were last on, you were at, you did Rebellion, didn't you, in the summer? You were on the literary stage, which completely confused me because I've actually never been to Rebellion. And I said to Ash, what, does he just turn up and sit there and read a book or something?
No.
But that's not what it is.
Well, this all happened through Paul Bedford, who you know as well, who organizes the Soho Vampyres. And he approached me, he said, would you be interested in doing a spot on the literary stage at Rebellion? I kind of said, well, you know, what does it entail? He said, basically, he's just the same as this, but in front of a live audience. So perhaps you should get a job at Rebellion. You could interview people live.
There you go. I'll see you there next year. We'll talk to Paul about that.
And, you know, I thought, you know, this could be embarrassing, go up there, you know. Anyway, he said, no, they think it's a really good idea. And so I went up and I was interviewed by a guy called Guy Shanklin, who's actually written a very good book about Danny from the Wild Hearts. I recommend it.
Okay.
And yeah, just chatted for 40 minutes, told a few stories, you know, a couple of questions at the end. And it's a really, really well set up festival, I've got to admit.
Yeah.
It's organised really well. The venue's fantastic, the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. And the literary stage is kind of in a new part of the building that they've built onto the old Winter Gardens. And you know, it's really nicely done. It's a nice big room, and you know, people can hear what you say because you've got a microphone and whatever. And so yeah, so I did it, and apparently they thought it went well, you know. So yeah, so are starting to happen, and basically it's thanks to Paul Bedford, who I might add has done all these kind of things for me for nothing. He runs a PR company called Kick Down the Doors. He was involved with Torpedoes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
And Stereotypes.
Stereotypes and Jojo and the Teeth that were at the last Soho.
Oh, they were superb.
Yeah, she's quite formidable, isn't she? Yeah, they're good band.
They really are.
So yeah, little things are starting to come through. There's something else in the pipeline, which has kind of gone a bit quiet. So I'm not going to say anything about that in case it doesn't come off. But if it does, that could be quite interesting, and you'll be the first to know if it does.
All right, okay. All right, well, you keep me in the loop. But anyway, thank you, because you got in about Paul and Kick Down the Doors PR before I did, because I said we're going to have to mention him, because us two, we hadn't met for Christ knows how many years, and now we've met twice at Paul's Soho Vampire events, which is a, how did he describe it? A creative industry invite-only event is how he's described it. But yes, and for those of us that were lucky enough to be there this month, Roman did a superb live set. You were absolutely perfect. It was heavenly. So one thing I wanted to ask you, I'd forgotten the name of that fabulous young chap that was on stage with you. Who was he? Because he was so talented.
I was going to bring him up actually. His name's Matt Poulter.
Yeah.
And we actually met. There's a little bar in Lee here, and they have a quiz night. And I met him through being on the same team as him or whatever, and discovered, you know, he's a very talented folk singer. When I say folk, I don't mean kind of, you know, long woolly jumpers and singing about fishermen all the time. He writes great songs. And in fact, I've recorded him in this actual room. Did about 3 songs with him. But I think he's had 3 albums out. And when I asked, when Paul asked me if I do the Soho Vampyres thing, to be honest, I was quite nervous because I thought, oh, on my own, the guitar, you know, what could go wrong? Everything. So then I thought to myself, well, I wonder if Matt would do it with me. And I asked him, and he just said, yes, straight away. He said, it'd be great, fantastic. So I said, okay, well, you know, we'll only have to do a half an hour or whatever, but you have to do one of your songs. And that was the 3rd song in. And also, I think, you know, Armitage, you know, that's not Armitage. He's got his own radio show as well. He recorded it, and he actually played, I think, one of my songs, then followed the album version for Matt. But Matt's, he's a lovely bloke. He's got his partner, her name is Hattie Braithwaite, I believe. She's also very, very talented, and they sometimes go out together and stuff. Check him out. He goes under MG Poulter, Boulter. You can hear some of his stuff on Spotify and whatever. Check him out though. He's a talented bunny, that boy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely worth checking out. He was absolutely brilliant with you on stage. He really was. And a lovely chap was talking to him afterwards. Really nice young lad. I say a young lad. Anyone under the age of about 40 to me, he's a youngster. Poor old git.
And he's a young lad compared to me, you know. Poor Ash.
Yeah. Well said.
Don't forget, we're the bored teenagers.
Indeed you are. Former bored teenagers.
I think we should start a gang.
Yeah, I think so. We get the old safety pins out and stick them back in again. Let's go back to those days. Oh God, I remember that. I remember getting in so much trouble with the old safety pins. Oh. So, bearing in mind, I was just saying that we were very, very fortunate, thanks to Paul Bedford and Kick Down the Doors PR, to see you play live with your guitar. When people heard you were coming on here, they said to me, could you ask Roman if there's any chance at all that he might bring his guitar and play, maybe have a little strum for the viewers?
Didn't I leave my guitar at your place?
Oh, that one. Yeah. Trust me, you wouldn't want me to pick that up.
Go on, play.
Not an open hell.
Come on.
I have absolutely, I wouldn't even know which ends to pick up first. Trust me, no, I am not musical. I enjoy listening to others play, but yeah, I'm not even allowed to sing in the house. He tells me to shut up if I start singing because it offends his musical ears.
Bloody hell.
I know, and the cats hit me in the face, so you know, it's over to you professionals for that sort of thing.
Look, someone just said duet.
What?
Wow.
I missed that. Where? What was that? Who was it?
Yeah.
Duet. Oh, shut up, Martin. Well, yeah, you and Ash more than you and me and you.
What's that song? And I never threw my knickers at you. Keris Matthews with Space, wasn't it? Something like that.
Was it? I think it's time to put Roman full screen and let the viewers be entertained, and I should give him the floor.
Shadows fall in the places we used to play. My toys have all been packed away. The rocking horse rocks in its box, a spinning top, and corporal clocks are a dusty lawn. Many times I said I'd drop you a line. I guess I'm just a rotten swine who takes his time and walks for fun when he should run. The damaged one is your chum. Could someone shed some light on this love affair and help me make me quite aware of what is meant by naked thoughts that have been sent? My memory is empty. Who's a sucker now? Who's a sucker now? It's too late now, there's a time. The truth is locked in my mind. To wander and look in my eyes. Who's a sucker now? Who's a sucker now? Who's a sucker now?
Oh, I was singing along happily there. Luckily, I was muted. Fabulous. Thank you so much. That was absolute bliss and joy.
Yeah,
And
we cocked up 3, 4, 5 bits.
It's tiny. Nobody noticed. Anyway. So that then brings me. Look, everyone's happy. Look, Torpedoes are happy. Torpedoes enjoyed it. I know Razor particularly enjoyed it. Oh, Danielle. Oh, hello, Danielle. Danielle in Dublin is here, and Belen in Argentina is here, and we have Torpedoes here. They're all showing up. Thank you, Roman. That was glorious. Glorious. Which begs the question: would you ever consider doing acoustic shows like that anytime in the near future?
Well, put it this way, it's been talked about. And probably if I did it, I would ask Matt to do it again. It could be interesting. But I would also like to do probably a full-on, you know, with one of the big guitars, you know, and make a noise.
Which would you prefer then, out of interest? I mean, two very different things.
Well, yeah, it's like two sides of a coin, isn't it? You know, I think you've got to be a little bit more on the case when you do this kind of stuff. With a band behind you, you know, you can. I just like I like to make a noise, you know. But also, you know, the subtleties of doing stuff like that, and then you can, you know, things have changed a little bit. I mean, say for instance, like doing "Is It a Dream" as an acoustic version. I realised that I had to drop it a key because my voice has dropped, you know, through age. And then you kind of adapt it, and then you it's almost like it's the same song, but it's a different song. So that process in itself is interesting because you hear other things in it you never heard before. You don't, you know, and so I think that you know, for people who particularly like that song, it's like, you know, Edward the Bear that's totally different from the Phantasmagoria version, which I thought was awful. I like the B-side version that was on the back of Grimmy Finish, or B-side. But that version was for Johnny Wawa, because down in Soho Vampyres, he called out, he asked for that song. So I thought to myself, I'd do it on your shows, and that's for Johnny Wawa.
Hey! Oh, fantastic.
For anybody else who likes a song, a lot of people don't like it. I don't care. You know, a lot of people do. So,
I do.
It's about a person everyone knows. We have to work that
And
one
there's a
out.
question. There's a question about it actually coming up in viewers' questions. So we'll come back to Edward the Bear very shortly when we get to viewer questions. And what was, because we were talking about Torpedoes earlier. What was the song you did? Because you went on stage with them. Was it Street of Dreams you performed with them?
Correct. Yeah. Without rehearsal with them, I think they rehearsed it once. Stuff we got through it. It was good. It was good. No, it was nice to get up there with an electric guitar. But they're good pipe band. They played it really well. I think I'm the one who cocked it up.
Nah, I don't believe you. They'll tell us. They're in the comments. They'll let us know.
Look, I cocked up the last interview. I cocked up Street of Dreams. I just cocked up Edward the Bear.
Oh, here we go. Hang on. Let's see. Maybe do both at a gig. Start off with some folk acoustic, then have a band in between, and have a rock out with a full band afterwards. That sounds interesting. What say you? Oh, there you go. It was them that cocked up, not you. I reckon you were all perfect. Nobody noticed. Don't worry, Martin. But so what I was going to say, you said about a new album, yeah? Oh, hang on. Would you be happy for us to put the vid from Spice of Life up on YouTube?
Say no.
Don't
Say yes. Sorry, that's it.
Yes, no, yes. What do you reckon?
I've never had a problem with people. Listen, we get people who edit videos or edit, airbrush photos or whatever. It is what it is. I've got no objection, because if you did it bad, good, whatever, it's there. So why try to hide something away that you've done? No, I don't mind at all.
Excellent. Good stuff. You must have, I was just thinking actually, going off on another track again, you must have all sorts of bits and bobs and clips of things that you could put out. Have you never thought of doing a YouTube channel yourself?
Oh, this is something else that's come up.
Oh, do tell.
And this is also through the marvelous Paul Bedford.
Oh, we're back to Kick Down the Doors PR. Great PR company.
So I've gone, a guy's got in touch with me through Paul. And he basically, have I got any rarities, oddities? And I've got like about 400 cassettes, right? Of which there are early demos, outtakes, early rehearsals. I'm looking at one now. The Damned rehearsal, Hackney, 1981. The thing is, I need to get my hands on a really good old cassette deck. Not like a boom, a good deck, with a line out and stuff, and then I can put things onto my computer. And tweak them a little bit. And this guy says, well, if you've got anything, I think you should put them out. So he put them out for me. So I mean, that's another thing I have to do. I'm going to have to sit here and troll through hours and hours of probably excruciating stuff or even funny stuff. But I mean, this, you know, wouldn't people like to hear the original demo of Nasty with just me and Bryn playing with the drum machine? I think they would.
Yes, please. Yes,
you know?
please. Yes, we would.
And it's Bryn, you know. And if I ever made any money from it, I would channel some of that towards Bryn's family, you know, and stuff. So, but I mean, it's, you know, that's just another thing. I've got the time now, you know. I can sit in here and, you know, sip a few beers and just listen to stuff. And not really that. I think I might find it quite interesting to reminisce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go back to life, and also I can bet you bottom dollar there are probably some song ideas that I did that will now turn into songs, and you know, I'm put them out. It's so easy, isn't it? These days.
This sounds very enticing. I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to send you a case of beer, lock you in that room, and leave you there for a month.
I promise to all and sundry, where this, I think you've got to probably understand who I'm talking to here. I promise you, right? I will not throw out anything of embarrassment to you. Okay? So
okay.
That's my promise.
Oh my God.
Those are the ones I can keep for myself and have a chuckle over.
Yeah. I think they've been brilliant though, going through all them. You're going to have so much fun going through them because it's stuff you wouldn't have heard for decades.
Well, I tell you where I got the idea from was the Damned. They do a kind of podcast called The Damned Show, and Paul Gray did one, and he had dug up the original cassette demo of Generals, and he went through it, and I thought, God, yeah, I can remember doing that with Paul, and I thought, my God, I must have loads of stuff like that. So, you know, if people are interested and want to listen to it, man, why not? You know, why not?
Trust me, people will be interested. I mean, you know, when I do this show and I promote it and I put it in different groups, do you have any idea how many Damned groups are still going that as soon as they hear your name, they're like, there's loads of them. There are so many Damned groups, and these people are eager to grab any nuggets that they can. So people are going to jump all over that, Roman, I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't even dream of putting anything out that was I thought would be of total non-interest or whatever. But it would be for predominantly the people who are interested, you know, and they can probably see, you know, how the song kind of morphed into the end product, which is the marvelous process of songwriting, and it's interesting, you know.
Yeah, it really is. All right, well, we're gonna keep hassling you on that, and like I say, if you get stuck, just tell us. We'll send you a case of beer and we'll get you locked in that room, and you're not coming out until it's done. How long do you reckon, realistically though, how long do you reckon it's going to take you to sift through all that stuff and get somewhere with it?
About as long as it takes me to get through all these cases of beer.
That's something we can always help you with. Oh, I just remembered something else. Go on, sorry, I interrupted you. Shut up.
No, you know, it'll be time consuming because, like I said, there's a lot of tapes. But then I've got to be selective, and there has to be some sort of kind of continuity as well. But so as soon as, you know, amongst everything else that I'm doing, when I get around to it, yeah, you know, and I can put it up. As long as they don't mind, you know, I put it up on the damn things, you know, those groups or whatever, and see if, you know, if you're interested, here it is. You know?
Looking forward to that. Definitely looking forward to that. Well, the other thing I was going to ask you that you're involved in, that we have to get our tickets for, we have to get our tickets. Alice in Wonderland psychedelic party coming up.
Oh yeah. Well, see, that's another thing. I'm gonna have to start getting my Monty moves together.
Yeah, no one moves like Monty.
Well, I couldn't move like I couldn't move like that. You know, not unless my arse was on fire. You know. No, it's bad acid and spooks, and it consists of Tom from the Medics on drums, Richard from the Medics, Dr. Medics on bass, Steve McGuire from the Medics on guitar, Mary from Gay Bikers on acid and Apollo 440 on vocals. I think Clive, he's a very busy man, Clive. So I don't think he can do it. And of course, the lovely Colette. The Anadine brother, who's still got all the moves. Yeah, we're playing at the Water Rats on November the 9th, is it?
Hang on, I've just put it on the bottom of the screen. Where is it? Water Rats, Saturday, November the 9th. There you go.
Yeah, and it's basically all the favourites. A few Medic songs thrown in. Plus, we do a dance song. I'd suggest that.
Yeah.
I think we do a couple of names, but it's a good laugh and it's a good noise. We did one last year in the Lexington in Islington, and it was fantastic. I mean, I saw people there I hadn't seen from the Alice in Wonderland years. Sort of 40 years later, and you see people. And so yeah, should be a good one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've never been to one. Back in the day, I never came to one because that was what, 80, I think it was 84, 86, somewhere around there. I'm trying to think. Because it was Gossips, wasn't it? It used to be a regular at on Dean Street.
That was the name of the club, Gossips, in the Mead Street, just off Dean Street. Yeah, it was quite colourful area, shall we say? Yes. Right next to the were shall we say, ladies of ill repute.
Ladies of the night.
used to hang out the windows trying to entice us in before we went into the club. Spend some of our ill-gotten gains before we went into the club. Sorry, and that was a good scene. It was a good laugh. Great, it was great. I mean, Lemmy used to hang out down there, and actually, the last Soho Vampyres, if you remember, I introduced you to a guy called Hamish.
Yes, we have been in touch.
He was the original drummer in the Jesus Mary Chain, and I saw them play down there, and they only managed to do 3 songs before they were carted out because they were considered too outrageous for London. These guys from Scotland. Yeah, that was great. It was really nice meeting him. Nice guy, and he's in a
lovely guy.
Something sevens, isn't it? Yeah.
Is it 2-7?
Right. So
yes.
Check as well.
Yes, and we have been in touch, and on your recommendation, I will next year, hopefully, if he wants to, be having him on here. Because yes, lovely chat. Anyone with an interest in stories, welcome here. But yes, we're looking forward to this night because it says it's on. I think it's on till 1 in the morning, and there's DJs and all sorts going on down there. So it looks like it's going to be a brilliant night, actually.
Well, the music will be good. Like that kind of thing, which is that kind of music brought a lot of us. But in my era, the Damned, we kind of really like that. Not Rats so much, but definitely Paul and Captain and Dave and myself. We liked the garage psychedelic stuff. Hence, Nas Nomad,
Absolutely. Now, I was going to think to myself that by now we would have got onto past viewers' questions onto something else, but I've just realised it's 45 minutes and we haven't actually got to viewers' questions yet. So I am going to ask my lovely producer to put up the banner for viewers' questions while I lean down and pick them up off the floor because they just fell off the chair. Because we're very old school here and we write everything on bits of paper. And Roman, are you ready and prepared for your viewers' questions segment?
Go
Take
for
a drink.
Go for it.
Right. Okay. We will start with, some of them do cross over, they're similar questions, but Barry Hutchinson, who runs one of the many, many very good Damned Facebook groups, has said, when are you going to make an appearance at a Damned show, MCA era, etc.? And he's not the only one that's asked that. Where are we? We'll come back to it. But my question would be this: would you do it? And also, when it's coming up to the 50th anniversary, wouldn't it be a good idea that they broke it down into eras and people from those eras performed songs from those eras? Like you.
Well, 50th. When is the 50th?
A year and a bit away.
What? Really?
It's a year and a bit away, isn't it? Yeah, because we're nearly over 24. So 26 is going to be the 50th anniversary, scarily enough.
Well, I think that decision is really down to the Damned as they are now, because they are, what they're doing now is what the Damned are doing now. I mean, they've had 35 years to ask me. They haven't asked me yet, so I can't answer the question. I can't answer the question unless I've been asked. Fair enough.
That's fair enough. You can't say fairer than that. You cannot say fairer than that. Yeah, Andrew Johns, that's another one. Would you ever consider a reunion with the Damned? You know how to write a catchy tune. Then he said, same chap, Andrew Johns, has there ever been a follow-up to Papa Loco, which we now know is 20 years ago?
Well, I think we covered that earlier on, didn't we? No.
Yeah.
There will
so
be.
there will,
But there will be. There will be.
There will.
And
on
hopefully
the way.
More than one. You don't just stop. I think you become a little bit more critical of yourself, and especially in this day and age where after that dreadful COVID and everything became insular and people were isolated. When you write on your own, it's hard sometimes to be objective. So it comes to a point where I think you have to have somebody who's sitting on the fence, who's not biased in any way. And if they say, that's good, then put it out, So, there will be something more. I mean, at the end of the day, you've got to let the listener decide. And I can't decide unless you present it to them, So get off your high horse and and if people say, well, that's rubbish, then okay, they're entitled to their opinion,
Yeah. Even if it's wrong. No, I'm joking. All right, same chap, Andrew Johns, and I've also got a similar question here from a chap called Donovan Broad. And I know nothing about this. I remember Deadbeat Dance, which was a great song. Andrew Johns said, Deadbeat Dance, my favourite Damned song, based on The Day I Met God by Victimize. Is there a reason the Damned never played it, and why has it been cut from the film? And then Donovan Broad said, what happened with Deadbeat Dance? Why was it removed from Return of the Living Dead soundtrack? And why doesn't it appear anywhere else? Do you know about this?
I wasn't aware of it being removed. It's just one of those songs that we never did live for some reason. I don't know why. Basically I was on my own in Pathway Studios, and I always liked the song, so I just kind of put it down. And in fact, the lyrics I put on it weren't The Day I Met God. I read from the instruction manual of Yamaha DX7, and I've got the original with me doing that. Now that would be interesting. People would be interested.
Oh, good. Yeah.
And then this opportunity came up, and it was we were so damn busy. To be honest, I didn't think you'd even make it onto the soundtrack, because we used my recording of The Pathway, went into Elephant Studios, and then Dave and I just put the new lyric on it and presented it. I didn't think it was even going to get on there, to be honest. And I don't know, I don't understand, because they're going to use a snippet of it in the film anyway. So I think it's when they're in the car, and you have like Grandpa from the Munsters, his laugh, we sampled that and put that at the beginning. And yeah, so I don't know. I'm, as far as that side of the Damned's music or the publishing and what was done with it, I'm pretty much, I wasn't interested in that. You know, I was more interested in playing the guitar and writing songs and doing whatever. And so I can't really answer that question. I don't understand why it's been taken off. Perhaps it's being injuncted by somebody. I don't know.
Did it? No, I didn't know. I didn't know it'd been removed either. Now, here's a question coming back to something you did earlier. Mike Richmond, he said, tell us about the writing of Edward the Bear, and why didn't Dave sing on it? And was it influenced by the Henry Badowski song, Baby Sign Here With Me?
Absolutely. It was influenced by that. At that point in time, I was doing a lot with Henry. In fact, I was letting him use demo studio time for his stuff. That was technically paid for by the Damned. But Henry's a very complex kind of character. And, well, now you know what Edward the Bear's about.
Mm-hmm.
Right? In fact, it's about two people who are very similar. Henry's one of them, and the other one is a guitarist who I won't mention. But he wears a beret. And Dave didn't, I mean, it was, Edward the Bear was written as a B-side. It's a throwaway B-side. But then, similar to Is It a Dream, was written as a B-side. Company here said, too good to be on a B-side. I think they ruined it with the production on Fanside Magora. Like I said, the version on the B-side of Grimmy Fiendish single, I think is far superior. And I think Dave, certain songs that Dave can sing or wants to sing, and there's certain songs that don't suit Dave, and I think that's one of the songs. On the flip side of that, if you hear the original demo of Lovely Money, which Captain sings, I mean, he should sing Lovely Money. It's not Dave's song, and you can't imagine Captain singing Sanctum Sanctorum or Shadow of Love, can you? Do you know what I mean?
No, I can't. No, to be fair, I can't.
It's you know, can you imagine Dave singing Burglar?
No, that is very much Rat.
You know what I mean? So, different songs, yeah. And that was the beauty of the Damned. You know, there was never the snobbishness of, oh, I'm the singer, I have to sing all the songs. What suited, and you know, that's the way it is, really. I think I'm better suited to singing Is It a Dream than Dave, but that's a matter of opinion. A lot of people got different opinions.
Well, I thought you sung it absolutely beautifully, but what you need to do is set up an acoustic show so that everyone can hear, and then they can have their opinion on it, can't they? Moving on. We sort of covered this. I don't know if you're prepared to come up with a date for this, but Barry Hutchinson again said, when will your next solo album be released? Do you have a vague time scale that you're working to?
Before the 50th anniversary of the Damned.
Fair
And
enough.
by the way, Barry, if anybody's interested, his book on the Damned is, a lot of people like it. There's a few slight inaccuracies in it, but he's done a lot of research, so hats off to him, and he deserves all the plaudits for it. And I'm pretty sure that there's even more that he could write about. I mean, because he's only taken it up to a certain point. He could do another lot now from where he left off to the present day, I think.
That's terrible. I haven't read it. Sorry, Barry. I'll have to get hold of that. I'll have a word with you about that, Barry. I've not read it yet. Which isn't a viewer question, but now makes me want to ask you another question because I've got a mind like a goldfish. What book are you reading at the moment?
The book on, well, I just finished the book on Danny from the Wild Hearts, which I recommend. It's called Once a Wild, Always a Wild Heart. It's very candid, very revealing. And the book at the moment I'm reading is Nick Kent, his second book. He's an interesting character because did you know Nick Kent, the journalist, was originally in the Sex Pistols?
He's nodding. Ash knew, I didn't.
Right, and that's a comment the title because my next door neighbour borrowed it. He's just giving it back to me now. But that's what I'm going to read now. Yeah, okay. I like to read now. I never used to.
Didn't you? What's this? Roman, did you play on the Black Album?
No, that was before my time.
Before your time. Right, what else have we got? Hold on, I'll go back to these questions because I'm jumping off doing my questions, and that's very rude of me in the middle of yours questions, and I apologise. Barry again, can you tell me more about the B-side track Disguise? Who wrote the music, the lyrics, and who's performing on this tune?
I wrote it.
I'm trying to think. Disguise.
Was it on B-side of Generals?
Was it?
Somebody out there. We needed a B-side. We were in the Roundhouse Studios, and they had a harpsichord coming. So I wrote it there and then, lyrics and all. And Dave sang it. But it's me at the beginning going, ooh, cosmic.
I'm trying to, why can't I think of that song? I can't get it in my head at the moment. Can't think of it, right. Okay, so you wrote the lyrics and the music, boom, just did it.
Oh, we're full of secrets, alive in a dream. It's that one.
Oh, see, I got you to sing some more. Right, we're going to move on to, this is an interesting one.
Actually,
what?
Kathy, that was my first contribution. No, it wasn't actually.
Was it?
No.
Don't tell Porkies.
My first contribution was doing a demo with Paul Gray on Generals down at his cottage in outside Cardiff.
Oh, really? Huh. There you go. Right. Oh, I tell you, here's somebody you know, Kevin Shepherd. We all know Kevin Shepherd. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Carrie. Is this true? Is he trying to be controversial here? Is it true that Dave rang up the rest of the band and didn't want Eloise released?
No.
No, not true. False.
He didn't ring anybody up in the band. But I know that he had a conversation with our A&R man and told the A&R man that he didn't want it released on the eve of release. Why? I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, he's I wouldn't say he's a complicated character our Dave, but he's a complex character, and I think that in a way it's good sometimes to have that kind of demeanor when you're an artist, because I guess it comes out sometimes in his music. It's very intense and there's a lot of heart and there's a lot of emotion in it. So I don't know, but no, he didn't actually ring any of the band up. No.
Okay, but we can see where that thread from that question's come from. Okay, interesting. Right. On a lighter note, if you could, this is Anna in Salisbury, if you could play in a gig and you could choose all the people that were going to be on the bill, where it was going to be, it's all down to you. What bands would you want on that bill? Where would you want it to be? Perfect gig.
Dead or alive?
Oh, let's go for both.
I would have the Ramones, the original lineup, but with Tommy. I would have. How many bands can I have?
Well, it can be an all-day event, just go all day. He's holding up how many? He's holding up 5 fingers. Well, 4 fingers and a thumb. He's saying 5.
5. Okay, I would have the Ramones, the Saints, the Velvet Underground, Echo and the Bunnymen, and the headliners would be Status Quo, the original Status Quo.
And where is this event taking place? Where would be your dream place for it to happen?
Well,
And sorry, it's just come up on the screen. And the stereotype. Do you know in a minute you're going to get and Torpedoes as well?
And the 4 teenagers.
4 teenagers.
And the Hell's Grannies. Benny Hill. Do you know what venue I always loved?
Go on.
I loved the Lyceum in London. That was a great gig. Yeah, I'd have it at the Lyceum.
That sounds like a good fun day out. Shame we can't put that together because a lot of the people are dead. But never mind. We can dream. We can live in a fantasy world. And her other question was, will you go to see the Damned on the tour in December?
Not unless I'm asked.
Well, I'm going to Cambridge. Do you want to come with me? All right. Fair enough. We'll leave it there. Right. Interesting question from Chef. Go on.
You haven't mentioned the fact that Monty's been in the Damned for 28 years, and I only met him 2 weeks ago. For the first time.
Soho Vampyres? That was the first time you met Monty?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh my God. Good Lord. That's the first time I've met Monty as well. Good.
Sorry.
Go on, carry on. Right. Here's an interesting question from Shenaz in London. How do you measure success?
I'll tell you how I'll answer that. How did Van Gogh measure success?
Don't know, never met him.
I mean, in this day and age, I mean, Taylor Swift is successful, but I'm not really into what she does. But how do I measure success?
Happiness.
Oh, I got from the other side of the room. I got happiness.
I think I think satisfaction, and if you are satisfied, you're happy. So the material rewards, I think, mean nothing if you're not satisfied. Then you're therefore not satisfied leads to unhappy. You can have everything in the world, but if you're unhappy, it means nothing, does it? And especially if you're talking about something that you create, something artistic, whether it be a poem, a painting, a song, or whatever. If you're satisfied with it and you're happy, that's, to me, is success. Does it make sense?
Good answer. Good answer. I think it comes from the fact that she's got young children, and these days the young kids, and I worked in a school for a long time, they want to be famous. And he said to them, doing what? I don't know. I just want to be famous. And that's the attitude of youngsters now. And it's not about,
Isn't that down to the brainwashing of this modern kind of society where kids, they pick up these phones and they're on it all day and they see these images and I want to be like that and I want, what I mean? It's I want to be famous. What does that mean? These actors have become tremendously successful. Going back to the early days, they were just plying their trade, and some were lucky and some weren't. They had to have the talent, often, they were dishwashers, and then they get their break, but they had the talent and they had the drive and whatever. And then fame is just something that comes with that. And then you have to deal with it. But for someone to say, I want to be famous, is a little bit shallow because, doing what? You want to be famous doing what?
Yeah. Exactly. Just for the sake of it, but then you've got to earn it. It's like I see these programs now, and it's like celebrity this and celebrity that, and I switch it on, and I think, well, what have you done? Who are you? And I have no idea who half these people are anymore. It's like, well, do you act? Do you sing? Do you play an instrument? What do you do? Oh, I'm a reality star. What does that even mean?
But what a waste of money. I mean, when you think about what's going on in the world, and and you've got these shows on the BBC, race across the world and all this, the money involved to make a program like that, and it's just so. And celebrity race across the world. I don't know who these people are. Do you?
No, not a clue.
I think instead of saying I want to be famous, the more important thing to do is to say I want an aim and I want to reach that point. That's what I want to do. And like I said, everything else is comes flying in from all directions. But say just so I want to be famous.
Yeah, well, I suppose with these kids now, there's so much more pressure on them, though, isn't there, with all the old social media and, like you said before, about airbrushing everything and everything's perfect and everyone lives in this perfect world and everything's fabulous and 99% of it's a load of old bull and it's all fake. But there we are. That's the modern world.
The young kids are getting just like brainwashed, aren't they? Conditioned and brainwashed, and there are still kids out there and who hardly watch TV, write little songs in their bedroom. Those are the people who will make a mark. Not the
for sure. Who's that? Oh, there's Martin. Amen, Roman. Nothing better than doing something that is creative than sitting down and hearing or see it is truly satisfying. Yeah, exactly. You get, as long as, like you said before about producing stuff, as long as you're happy with it and you know that you put your heart and soul into it and did the best that you can with it, isn't that what it's about?
Yeah, and I'm sure that people get that. Some people don't. That's why not everyone likes Coldplay. Not everyone likes Taylor Swift. Not everyone likes the Damned. Not everyone likes what I do. But the thing is, if you do something and you're satisfied with it, then you're happy, aren't you? You're happy with what you've done. So that is success.
That is success. There we go. Good answer. It's just like I was thinking to myself, not everybody likes the same biscuits. and we did ask you last time we were on, but every time people come on here, we do have to ask them what their favourite biscuit is. Now, the last time you were on, you said you didn't mind Jaffa cakes, which at the time was my obsession, and you had a terrible habit of munching your way through packets of chocolate chip cookies. Has your taste in biscuits changed in the last 3 years, and do you have a new favourite biscuit, Roman?
No, my taste hasn't changed. But you know, the funny thing is, we don't have biscuits in the house. I wonder why. See, my wife's American, right? And you think that she would like cookies and stuff, but she insists on healthy eating all the time, stuff like that, you know. And God, if I say like, oh, can we have bangs and mash tonight? God help me. I'm allowed little luxuries and stuff, but
Okay.
she does insist on us looking after our nutritional requirements, shall we say.
She's looking after her beloved. Now you can't fault her for that, can you?
Well, I think she looks after Jack slightly better. No.
Mind you, thinking about this house actually with the cats, I probably can't argue with that.
No. Marina, my wife, is a wonderful lady, and she's she looks after me. Yeah.
Right. We love you, Marina. Thank you for looking after Roman for us. We appreciate it. But if she was to allow you to have one little treat, and I could say to you, Roman, you can have one biscuit, just one biscuit, what are you going to go for?
A bourbon.
Oh yeah. Would you dunk it or not?
Well, yeah, I dunk it in a glass of bourbon.
Now that would work. That would definitely work. It's got to be better than the weird stuff, because I've got a problem at the moment with the weird stuff they're putting out. That, you know how they bring out weird flavoured stuff, and you just said bourbon. They've brought out a bourbon with a Black Forest Gatto filling.
Oh no, that's wrong.
And even worse than that, a Diet Coke flavoured with Oreo cookies. Why?
No, it's wrong. It's wrong. I mean, all these exotic drinks and these, I can't get over these energy drinks, the monster drinks. You know, it's just like, why don't you just get a bag of sugar and empty it into a glass of water and drink that? You know, it's just, I think, exotic, horrible flavors. And no, I don't get it.
No, so these other ones, what are they called? Is it Prime or something you see everywhere? These energy things in the brightly coloured bottles that all the kids are buying. I don't know.
Look, you've got the big five, right? Asha only lets me have five, right?
5. That's the rule.
Tea, a good cup of tea. Start the day. Beer. No, they've even gone too far with beer, right? Too many types. Red wine, white wine, and then occasionally like a nice spiced rum or brandy or glass of port. Me and Dave used to always have a bottle of port on the rider because it helped our vocal cords.
Does it now? Actually, you say that a bit louder, because I like a glass of port, and if I say that it's good for vocal cords, then I can have a bottle in the house and say to him, "There you go, look, Roman recommended that to you. It's good for the old vocal cords."
Well, try it out and see what the effect is on His Majesty's ears.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll give that a try later then. Right. Oh, Roman, I'm so sorry. I said you were definitely not going to go over the hour. It's an hour and a quarter, and I haven't. I want to throw some random questions at you. Can you give me some random question time?
Yeah.
Go for it. Right. What do you want to start with? Quick fire or general random?
Whatever you want.
Let's go quick fire. Okay, these are either or, so they're really quick. Cash or card?
Card.
Ooh. Shower or bath?
Shower.
Kindle or book?
Book.
Mm,
Book.
I couldn't be doing with those Kindle things. Sorry, I'm an old fart. Morning or evening?
Evening.
Sweet or savoury?
Savoury.
Diary, paper or electronic?
Paper.
Yes. All right, and then we're going to go into favourites of wine, white, red, or that pink stuff.
All depends on my mood.
If I was to offer you a glass at this moment in time, what would you go for?
What now?
Right now.
White.
Fair enough. We came back from Soho Vampyres, we got on the train and we were coming home and there was this bunch of girls sitting on the train and they went, excuse me, would you like this? And they had a bottle of rosé wine and I said, lovely. I said, do you want some money? No, we get off at the next stop and we can't take it with us. You have it. And they just gave me this bottle of rosé wine on the way home from Soho Vampyres.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Very nice of them. Wouldn't take any money. Don't know why they couldn't take it off with them at the next stop, but there we are. All right. Condiments. Your favourite condiment. Mustard, mayonnaise, ketchup or pickle?
Mustard.
A strong English mustard or a sweet American one?
English. English.
Oh, that's strong, that stuff.
Lovely.
Oof. All right, okay. Couple more random questions before you go and get on with your Sunday. Do you dance and do you have a signature dance move?
Yeah, it's called a stumble. No, I was never a dancer. But I think I could do a better job as Monty's choreographer.
I would say I've never been a dancer except for when I'm drunk, at which point I think I'm an absolutely superb dancer. You want to see my moves to Footloose? There's something to behold after a few glasses. Actually, no, you don't.
Well,
now,
the last time I was filmed dancing,
yes,
somebody came up to me afterwards and said, that was just like watching Prince Charles. Oh, sorry, King now. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, your royal thinginess, whatever. Yeah, what is it you're supposed to say? Yeah, I forget that as well. Oh, okay. So we know that dancing isn't a particular skill, but do you have any skills that would surprise us? I'm thinking of things like gardening, DIY, cooking, anything like that. Or maybe you do something unusual, like you have a hobby like bird watching, something people wouldn't know about you.
No.
Perhaps it was too broader palette I was painting there. All right, can you cook?
Oh yeah.
Go on then. What's your signature dish?
Well, my kids tell me my roast dinners are the best.
Roast dinners. Yorkshire puddings?
Oh yes, always.
And do you do roast potatoes or mash? Or both?
Roast potatoes.
Yeah.
Parsnips, make it spicy.
Oh, nice. And do you make proper gravy or did you gravy granules?
Proper
gravy. Nothing quite like it, is there?
No.
Oh. Right, couple more. If there was a product that you'd put your name to endorse it, and then you get it free for the rest of your life, what product would it be?
Long life milk.
Why long life milk?
Well, isn't that what it means? Makes you live longer, doesn't it?
Oh my God. He's been at the Christmas crackers already. Right, one last quick fire before we let you go. Your favourite, right? Takeaway.
Indian.
We had one last night. Superb. Season.
Summer.
Drink. Alcoholic or non-alcoholic?
Non-alcoholic tea, alcoholic, a good beer. I like a beer.
Fair enough. And your favourite author?
My favourite author? Good question. That's a good question.
Thank you.
I have to think about that one.
Right, you can come back to me on that one. We'll let people know.
Come on next time.
Yeah, come on again in 3 years. You'd have thought about it by then.
Question one. When's the new album coming up then?
Right. So to summarise, we're saying the new album is going to be out sometime before the Damned's 50th anniversary. Oh, look out!
There we go. Sometime before the Damned's 50th anniversary. I'll say spring next year.
Yeah.
There we go. Stereotypes album, spring next year. Right, I'm going now. Bye.
Who asked anyone about the bloody Stereotypes album? Where did he come from? Oh God. Oh, actually, look, I have to hold this up. Look, I've got a Reignite mug. Look at that. That was made by my friends Divine Crafts Dublin, who everyone should follow on Facebook, Danielle and Michael. They made me this special mug with I Love Jaffa Cakes on the back as well. Divine Crafts Dublin, everyone. And they've just designed a new Stereotypes logo for Ash as well. So there we are. What's that? I've got my glasses. I was squinting. Oh my God, I know that picture. That's you. That's him. Look at, oh my God. Oh my God. We must have that somewhere, that CD. We must have it. Oh, we have. Right, I'm going to have a look at that. When we finish, I'm going to have a look at that. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Wait, I've just dropped a bit of paper on the floor. I'm nothing if not professional. Right. We will let you go because I promised you an hour and it's coming on for an hour and a half. Thank you, Danielle. So any parting words to us? I think we should put up that website again for the project that Roman's involved in. Stage. She's going to find it. There's a banner coming up. There's a banner coming. It's on its way. Have you got it?
That's it.
There we are. Right, straight track. So can you run us through again what the deal is for that?
The deal is it becomes active on the 1st of next month. And basically it's for any artist or band performer. Basically all they have to do is go on the website, upload an audio file, fill in the form. All entries have to be in before the end of December. The results will be announced mid-January, I believe, or the end of January, and then the final will be held in March at the Pink Toothbrush. First prize is a record deal with the name producer producing the band. Another prizes includes equipment to help these people on their way and keep music live and rocking.
Fantastic. I look forward to hearing more about that from you. So thank you. Unless there's anything else you'd like to mention before we go, because there's several things you've got in the pipeline that you're not mentioning at the moment. So we'll stay in touch and find out about those. But anything else you'd like to share with our viewers before we all disappear for our Sunday afternoon?
Enjoy your lives. Enjoy your Sunday and stay warm.
Yes, stay warm. Exactly.
Just enjoy yourself. Keep listening to the music. keep supporting bands like the Stereotypes, like Torpedoes, like Jojo and the Teeth, the Damned, whoever, and just keep on keeping on, I guess.
Good stuff. That's usually how I close out the show, so I don't need to do it today because I say at the end, keep supporting artists, keep buying their music, and keep going to gigs. So I don't need to do that now because you've done it for me.
That's important.
It's very important. It's very important because I think it's far too much. You just click on YouTube, watch something, nobody gets any money from it, and if you keep doing that, then live music and bands are going to disappear. So we've got to all do our bit to keep things going.
It's very important. In the show, the Reignite episode that he had Monty on, he mentioned Bandcamp and he explained how it works and stuff. And if these people who are starting up haven't even heard of that or whatever, they should investigate it. It was very good advice from Monty, because most of the money comes back to the band and it's exposure, and that's what it's all about. If people don't support gigs, the bands have got nowhere to play. They don't get the exposure. People won't get to hear these bands, And if they just put it onto the internet, it can get lost in the masses of stuff on there. Whereas go and see a gig. A gig that holds 100 people where a band plays live. You might be converted. You might see the next Radiohead. You might see the next Damned. You might see the next Stereotypes or Torpedoes or Jojo with the Teeth. So keep on supporting. Very important.
Absolutely, because you're right. You never know, because when we did this gig in Winchester, Torpedoes and Stereotypes, there was another band that I'd never heard of. They just started, called Violent Heartbeat, with this young girl. She's only 23, the lead singer. Absolutely rocked it. And I thought, if I hadn't come out to this gig, how long would it be before I've even come across these people? Because they haven't even got a Facebook page set up. They're just starting. But you get out there and you can just see the most amazing stuff. And there is nothing like being at a live gig. The atmosphere of it.
And what you're doing, what did you just do? You told people about Violent Heartbeat. So
I did.
They look into it. It's spreading. But if you hadn't gone there and seen them, you just wouldn't have said that, would you? That's
true. And it gives you hope because you're thinking this kid, she's just 23 and just starting, amazing talent, got a long way to go with it, but it's out there. The next generation's coming through, but you need to get out there to see it, people. So you're being told. Roman's told you. I've told you. Anyway, we're coming back. Next time we're back is going to be Friday, the 8th of November, because I'm off to Vegas next week. And we've got a band called Lives, who have been introduced to me by Paul Bedford and kicked down the door as PR. It's that man again. That man runs Reignite these days. So they will be coming on the show. Check them out in the meantime. They're an amazing band. And then following on from that, a couple of weeks afterwards, I can't give anyone the exact date yet, but the last week of November, just before the Damned tour kicks off, their tour manager, Joe, will be coming on to Reignite. We're just waiting to confirm the date. So we're going to have 2 shows in November. So stay tuned, viewers. We've got to go off now and look at that Bored Teenagers CD, because that's quite a revelation. But Roman, so sorry we've kept you way too long once again. But you're too delightful to talk to let you go. We can't let you go. You have to stay all day.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. I'll see you down at the Water Rats.
You will see us down at the Water Rats, indeed you will. And we'll see you at hopefully a Stereotypes gig in future.
Yeah.
All right. Roman, thank you so much for coming back on the show. We've loved having you. You're welcome back here anytime. And we will see you out there very soon. Thank you all for watching. We will see you again on November the 8th. Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.